Hello, welcome back to Sarah Save Sense. Today we're going to be going over our 2024 debt goals, and also we're going to be talking about rebuilding my credit. So here I have my debt payoff spreadsheet that I printed. So what I do is I take the balance, and then I take the payment, and then I obviously doesn't include any interest or anything like that. But like if I pay the balance, pay $125 in January, and then how that each month goes down. So by the end of December, my middling credit should be $742. Same for Capital One, Navient, Van. That's my student loan and my other large student loan, which I don't pay anything on that right now, which is totally fine. It's in deferment until I think a year from now. So I'm not really going to focus on that. So my goal for 2024, set that off to the side, is to, this one may be a little different because we're going to talk about rebuilding my credit and just go into that. So my Capital One, my goal is to have it paid off by June. My middling credit, I would like to have that paid off by September. And then Navient, I would like my balance to be paid down to about $4,500 at that time in December. Van, if we keep making the minimal payments of, I think it's $400, then our balance will be right around $5,750. So that would be my goal, is to get that down to about half of what we owe. All right, my student loan, I'm just going to continue making on-time payments, and the balance should be around $14,000 by December, and that does not include any interest or anything like that. So if you look here, this is how I come up with the $14,000, paying $200 a month. So by December, it should be around about $14,500, somewhere in there. And that's okay. I'm just trying to work on these other ones at this time. The lower balances, doing like the debt snowball, essentially, is what I'm doing. All right, so the big Navient is $90,000. So no changes for 2024. I may set up a payment plan. I'm not really sure. I'm going to work on paying these down before I really focus on what I'm going to be paying for that. All right, so additional goals are AT&T phones. Currently, I'm paying around about $200 on those a month, our phone bill, and I would like to get that down. So one of the ways I would like to get that down is to pay off our phones. And my daughter's phone has still about $450 left. My other phone that I had, my extra phone line, I have about $150 on that. My phone has about $55. After that, I don't plan on getting any more phones. If we do, we're going to pay for it outright. We're not going to do payments. All right. So, and just to kind of go off of my additional goals, sinking funds. So my moving, I'm still really indecisive as if we want to move or if we want to stay where we're at, just because we want to save up for a house. So that money may just be for moving into a new house, something like that. New vehicle, I do want to save up for a new vehicle, and then for the 2020, our tax, because we already have this year's taken care of. All right, we want to be 1 month ahead. We want to have car maintenance. We want to save up some more money for car maintenance. So this is about $2,000, and deposit/down payment, that would be like deposit into moving into a new house, something like that, or buying a house. So at this time, my cleaning projections for 2024 is about $7,930, give or take, when I can be able to go and clean. So those are my 2024 debt goals. Definitely, if you don't know, I actually paid off, I had a debt consolidation. If you're looking for one, just to stop payments and the interest and all that. I used American Financial. I think they're out of like St. Louis or something, but they really, really helped me. Now, let me just preface this by saying you're still paying the money, but it stops the interest and it closes all your accounts that you choose to go with them. So I had some credit cards from when I was married. I had a one bank loan that was like $15,000. Then I had a credit card through the bank in Arkansas. Then I had 2 or 3 other like Best Buy and Capital One. I think I had 2 Capital Ones on there. But nonetheless, I had Chase. So they combined those. My total payoff was $25,000, and I was able to pay that off last December. So I made a payment of $462 a month. So that was a lot of money. So now I have that extra income to help tackle this, and that's going to be our goal. So, all right, so let's kind of switch gears from here's our debt goals. Now we're going to go into rebuilding my credit. My credit score is currently 633. I need that to be up more just because we want to buy a house. And the higher your credit score is, the better interest rates and things like that you're able to obtain. So I'm going to write sideways. Let me explain what I did. So I have a friend. If you're in the Nashville area, you want them to see where you're at in buying. I cannot buy a house right now. I knew that, but what I did was have her run my credit, and they give you kind of like a simulation as to what would help you increase your credit score. And the things that I'm writing down here is what that simulation said that would help build up my credit in the next 3 to 6 months. So the first one was Discover. Now, we're going to say Discover 1 and Discover 2. These are not my credit cards. My sister added me onto her credit cards to build my credit, and the credit simulator said that I need to remove access. Oop, if I can write that down. Remove access to both of these, and that would help my credit score. All right, so Indigo credit card. I only have like a $300 limit on that, which I usually just like if I'm out, then I will like gas or something like that instead of having to go inside and pay for it with cash. So what I did was I was at Walmart, and this is, I'm going to say right after the new year or something like that. And I went through a line that didn't take cash. And of course, you know, I do my sinking funds with cash when I go to the grocery store. So my grocery budget is cash. And they tell me to go into the other line if I had cash. And I was like, well, I have cash, but I have produce, and the scale wasn't working over there. So I was like, I'll just stay in this line. Well, they didn't tell me that the line that I was in didn't take cash. So it was very confusing. Anyway, so I just ran my my credit card for some of that. Then it was a couple other things that I added on it. So my balance is $180. In order to help out with my credit score, I need it to be $87. So that is the goal on that. And then my Capital One. All right, Capital One, my balance is $2,573. And it said it needs to be 0. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get it to 0. However, when looking at this, my goals, my main objective is to get this one paid off. Because this one's already been closed out. It was a Capital One credit card. This one's already been closed out and sent to the collection company. So Midland Credit is the actual, what is it called? Like the company they go to when they close out your account and send it to the people. I can't think of the name of what they're called. But anyway, so this one's already been closed out. So if I just pay my minimum payments to that, it'll be $700 by the end of December. So my goal would be, one, to focus on Capital One just because it is linked in with my credit. Now, if we look at going forward, once I get the Capital One paid off, though, that's when I'm going to tackle this one. I'm not going to wait and just keep making minimal payments because my balance by then will be anywhere, it'll be less than $2,000, and that will be my next in my Snowball. So we're going to go, I'm going to write a couple of these things down. So currently I have removed access to this. My sister took care of it like the same day. My Indigo balance is now 0. I had the cash in there, so I just went and paid that off. Capital One, I am going to make a $131 payment. That's like the minimum at this point. I probably will pay more when I get paid, but I think it's February 5th is when the first payment's due, and I'll probably go ahead and make that in the next week, just so that's taken care of. I think it's auto drafted, so that'll be fine. Then for my spouse, he has a Capital One, and I'm going to tell you that I tried to get online and see what they were saying about his, but we have to call them. So I need to get my husband, and we need to call and set up payment arrangements. So that's going to be for him. That's all he has on his. So just kind of recapping, and hopefully once I get all of these taken care of, my score will go up, and we can think about, and we'll be saving up for the down payment, or excuse me, saving up for a house. So I'm going to recap this here in just a moment. All right, so okay, Navient is 6,000. Okay. All right, so we need to, okay, this has already been done. Remove access. Our Indigo is already done. We have a zero balance. Capital One, this is going to be my main focus, is to get this down and to get this down from my spouse. All right, and we're going to continue to make minimum payments on this because that's not in with our credit. Navient, we're going to continue to make minimum payments as well. And our, as well as our UAS student loan. My goal would be to have my credit score 650 or above. I would say, let's see, where are we in? January, February, March, April, May. I would say by May 2024. So that's where we're at. I'm going to continue just to knock down the Capital One with my cleaning, and hopefully we'll be making our way for the 700 ranges in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and I hope you know, this, I think the total, you know, I tell people, like, I'm $128,000 in debt, but I see more of a light now because I can actually track my payments, things like that. So just start with one, like just start taking down one, making extra payments, things like that.